Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Shokugeki no Souma, aka Food Wars, Chapter 115. Alright, and I've been really busy since like Wednesday of last week, so I thought I would I thought I would be able to start getting anime videos up this week. I just didn't get a chance, um, but I do have an idea of what it is I'm going to review now. Like my I'll probably just do because if you recall, originally I wasn't planning on doing Origairu, aka my teenage rom-com snafu, but seeing the way the second and third episodes went, I think I will actually review it because it's something I enjoy analyzing. Because something like Fate's Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, despite the fact that it's my second favorite anime that's airing this season. Um, it's something I don't really feel like reviewing. It's something I just like to watch and enjoy. But Origairu was something I legitimately enjoy analyzing. So I'll probably end up, I'll probably end up reviewing that, doing a first impressions video this week, and I'll probably do the same for Souma. But those will probably be the only two anime I pick up. This Plastic Memories, kind of like the first episode was fantastic, and then after that it was more like just not. And I mean, it's still, don't get me wrong, it's still good. I'm just saying it's not like just at the same quality as episode 1. Um, but other than that, like, there's not, like, I have other anime I'm enjoying this season, but none I would actually say I want to analyze and review. Like High School DxD is my fourth favorite anime airing right now, and like why the High School DxD isn't made to be analyzed or reviewed. It's just made to be enjoyed, you know. So yeah, I'll probably just review Snafu, aka Origairu, and Souma. Alright. Um, I'm not going to actually be even remotely free until Friday. So hopefully, um, hopefully I'll be able to go through and get these first impressions videos prepared and recorded. But yeah, again, it's been a busy week. I wanted to get these reviews up on like Monday, Tuesday, but it's so many things. It's such a busy week. I don't even know why is this week so busy for me. I don't even know why. It just is. And it's like the middle of the night now. I'm like half asleep, but I need to get the reviews done. So you know, just gonna get into it. As I say, I'm just gonna get into it. It's been like 3.5 minutes. I still haven't started the review yet. But anyway, Souma, chapter 115. Alright, it should be a pretty quick review actually because it's a pretty simple chapter. Apparently the roast quail is actually a pretty standard dish in France and Italy as well. But obviously Souma's is unique. We learned that last week, that in some way, shape, or form his dish was unique. And in this chapter we learned how, because he essentially took the chicken, egg, and rice bowl and put it inside the quail. So like you cut it open and then you have the egg in there, the chicken, the risotto, the onion, he had cabbage in there. Okay, he essentially just took the dish and then put it inside the quail, right? But he did it in a way where it actually worked really well and all the flavors like complemented each other and it just made it really good. All right, he took a dish that he knew, chicken, egg, and rice bowl, and then he applied the French techniques that he learned from Shinomiya. And that's how he created the dish. And that's pretty much how, that's what the point of the Stagaire week is, according to Chappelle. Not only is there the surface reason, which is to have some type of lasting impact on the restaurant that you go to, there's also the second reason, which he explains how back decades ago, Japanese chefs would go to other countries for work and they would try to essentially steal techniques from them and then use them to influence their own cooking. And that's what the students are supposed to do in these Stagaire weeks. They're supposed to steal techniques from the pros, and combine them with the things they already know to create their own unique style, right? Which is what Souma wants to do, all right? And as far as Souma's dish goes, Shinomiya tried to fake us out by saying that it wasn't good enough, but it didn't work on me because I knew it just wouldn't make sense to have Souma lose here. So then he ends up confirming. He doesn't confirm it because he's a tsundere pretty much. All right, but he ends up working with Soma to make the dish better and perfect it. All right, and we see at the end of the chapter that Soma's dish was in fact chosen as the winner. All right, so he did in fact pass this week. I don't, I'm curious to see what the next chapter is. I don't know if they'll just move on to the next week or if they'll go back and show us the beginning of Erina's week or Megumi's week. I'm interested to see if they do that. Um, but as for this part of the arc, it was cool. Like, I enjoyed the last one more just because it involved the interactions between Arato and Soma and the interactions between Megumi and Erina. Um, this one was just Soma, and despite the fact that it had Shinamine in it, despite the fact that those two were kind of supporting each other in their own character development, uh, because of the fact that it was the first arc had it it had this thing where Soma and Megumi. Oh, I guess not so much Megumi as it was Arato. Megumi kind of, but mostly Soma and Arato. They weren't really sure. They didn't know as much about what it took to pass the week as Erina did. Erina just went in there, did her thing, and passed for both her and Megumi pretty much. But Soma and Arato specifically, they didn't really know what it took to pass, so they had to go through the process of figuring that out. But here, Soma already knew, and he knew, and we all knew from the very beginning. He just had to do something good. So, I mean, I just like the first one more. Um, this arc in general with this Stagaire weeks, I think it's like coming off of the Fall Classic. I think any arc would have fallen short in terms of our expectations, just because that Fall Classic was so good. But these Stagaire weeks, they're fine. I mean, for this chapter, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. It was one of those chapters that was really heavy on exposition, so you're just kind of like reading through blocks and blocks of text, and you're like, okay, fine, all right, whatever. Okay, you're just sitting there enjoying the art, like, okay, so they liked this dish. He made a dish. This is how he made it. Okay, they liked it. Okay, okay, he won. All right, that's what it's like when you read these really exposition-heavy chapters in Soma. All right, so I'll give chapter 6.5. It was fine. Um, one of the things I'm actually interested in seeing is more class time, because like I really started getting interested in that watching Soma, this latest episode of Soma, episode 3, because it was back to Chappelle's class, and I was thinking, now that I'm thinking about it, they talk about how they don't learn French techniques in class until their junior year, but we haven't really seen them learn anything in class yet. All we've seen is like the one class with Chappelle, and that's about it. So I'm actually interested in seeing more of these classes and maybe have an arc that's focused on just them trying to keep their grades up or something, and seeing how tough these classes really are. I'd actually be interested in something like that, but yeah, hopefully we get that soon. But like I said, this chapter gets a 6.5 out of 10, and that's that, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.